Hi guys, Deluded Gooner here again. Feeling good, feeling very good. Arsenal versus Chelsea. What a game that was. 3-0 to us. That's something we never as Arsenal fans thought we'd say in recent years. From the goalie check to the forward, Alexis, every one of them boys deserves a massive clap and a pat on the back. They all fought for each other, they all fought for the manager. The Emirates for that team is a bit hard because they do feel the pressure. They handled the pressure well. We managed the situation once for well. We weren't second best for once. There was purpose to our play. We dominated the midfield battle. We did everything we should be doing on a more consistent basis. And it's frustrating as an Arsenal fan seeing us do that against Chelsea, putting to bed the mental block and the woeful run of results against Chelsea and what's the biggest club in London. Hopefully that went some way to putting it to bed. But let's get into it. We started off the sharper of the two sides. We pressed them, their whole team, especially their back five or back four, whatever they play, of Cahill, the keeper, Louise. Clearly they missed Terry. They shouldn't even be in a situation where they're relying on Terry. No communication between Louise and Cahill. It was almost like a comedy show. I'm pretty sure Wenger planned to target them from when he found out Terry wasn't there. Cahill just seems to be blaming other people for his mistakes and needs to realise there's more to being a defender than throwing yourself about. Louise is just Louise. Courtois just doesn't want to be there. But yeah, we pressed them well. Secondly, I think the midfield battle was won. I personally was a bit nervous about our starting lineup because I felt it could go either way with Santi, but it went the positive way. We dominated the midfield battle. Santi controlled it. We never looked in any doubt. Like, their midfield just didn't want it. Up until Coquelin got injured, he continued his great form. It's a shame he's probably going to be out for a few months now, but let's keep our fingers crossed. But yeah, I'd say the only time I really think we were under any pressure in the first half was towards the end. The last 10-15 minutes, we seem to have got complacent. Costa seemed to have been hitting us in the break. Williams seems to have been getting in a lot of space down the left-hand side. Their right, our left, Monreal's left. And Wobie seemed to have been leaving his man. But other than that, I don't feel we was under any stress. I feel we were no less than what we deserved. The first goal, a result of Cahill's stupid play, that typifies us pressing high. And I think Wenger wants to do this on a more consistent basis. We pressed Cahill, and we got the first. The second came from a counter. It was a great bit of play from Ozil to start it. Great cross from Bellerin. Theo done the rest. Ozil's goal again, another counter attack. It's so great to see Arsenal counter attacking teams because normally this is what happens to us. Chelsea came here, they tried to do that usual playbook of letting us do our Wenger ball, just sit back and press, but it did not work out. And the third goal was just great. Ozil combining well with Alexis, bit of a scruffy finish, but they deserved it. We just looked dangerous. Santi. Ozil and Alexis just consistently show when they're great, they consistently show that they're a class above these players we have here. Not enough credit goes to the manager in these situations because if if we did lose with that side, it would have come out that he should have played Xhaka. Why isn't he starting Giroud, myself included? Why isn't El Nene in the squad, etc., etc. But we have to give credit to the lads and the manager. They executed their game plan well. We countered attacked well. We had purpose to our play. So it's just great. Second half now, I'd say the tempo died a bit. Chelsea looked like they wanted to have a stroll, like they didn't care. That between not having ideas and not caring anymore, they just didn't know what to do. I don't feel Conte knows his best side. I also think he doesn't have enough people in that team that really buy into what he wants to do. So within the next 12 to 18 months, I assume he will deal with that. There's a lot of passengers in that Chelsea side, and if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be upset because Costa was the only one that showed any sort of heart or intent. I'd say Koscielny and Mustafi, brilliant again. Normally, it's rare to see in nowadays where two similar centre-backs complement each other really well. But in two aggressive centre-backs, they were able to share the workload on Costa and keep Costa at bay yesterday. That was great. Bellerin came of age yesterday. I feel his final ball does need a bit of improving, and he did get caught lapping in a bit of incidences, but he made a great recovery. He made a very, very great recovery to deny a goal. But yeah, in conclusion, we just didn't look like we were in any trouble, really. It's like it's great to have done that. I'd say honourable mentions has to go to Iwobi. Iwobi's form continues. Deserved his assist, probably deserved the goal. He recycles the ball so well. Like, Iwobi is a message to all Arsenal young players. Get your head down and work hard, and this is what you can do. Because in my opinion, Iwobi is already ahead of Oxlade and Theo. Theo deserves a mention. He had a great game yesterday. It's just a question is how long is Theo going to keep this up for? We always see this with Theo. He always comes back, plays positive in patches, but we need to see it for a consistent period. I'm really upset about Coquelin. Coquelin's been in great form. He's been one of our best players. And unfortunately, it looks like a long-term injury. I'd say Ozil looked like he's getting back to sharpness again. His radar was on. He was constantly in the mix of it, and he deserved his goal, and he deserved to start the move. Alexis is just Alexis. It's a pleasure to have him here. Great footballer. Santi showing why he plays ahead of certain guys in the midfield and why he's so vital to our play. Makes everything tick. Czech didn't have much to do, but was a leader and stood up to be counted. Monreal, I feel Monreal had an iffy game. I feel in every game this season, including this game, it was a bit too easy to get down our left-hand side. Again, I think Chelsea highlighted problems with our left-hand side. With crosses coming in on a different day, we would have paid for it. There was a number of incidences where we had lapses of concentration, and Koscielny had to make a number of important blocks and showed why he's one of the best around. But yeah, in conclusion, that was a great game. But the big thing for us is, can we go on from this? Can we lay down a marker? Because we've always won a big game and then it's just fizzled out after a couple of weeks. The boys need to get their heads down and realise that this is Arsenal. We need to be able to handle this pressure and this good result and keep going and pressing on. On a final note, it was great to see us manage a situation, even when we was 2-0 up, where you could see Wenger getting angry, telling people to sit. You could tell certain players telling other players to sit, to not venture forward. As an Arsenal fan, it is great to see us manage a situation and not all pull forward and things like that. But I do have to question our mentality, because why does it have to be when the odds are so big versus Chelsea that we do these things? We should be doing these things week in, week out on a consistent basis, and then we might be able to win stuff. I still don't feel, even though yesterday was a great game and we clicked and there's very, very few bad things to say, I still don't think our play is 100% where it needs to be. I still don't think it's that. But hopefully it comes on to Wednesday in the Champions League, really. It's your guy Deluded Gooner signing out. Subscribe, follow, you know what to do, man.